What's up everyone, welcome to FilmSpot, and today we will be talking about best upcoming movies. Universal Pictures is gearing up for another Jurassic World movie following the massive success of Jurassic World Rebirth. The 2025 release grossed over $869 million worldwide and starred Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey, Mahershala Ali, and Rupert Friend, with Gareth Edwards returning to direct. Rebirth marked the 8th film in the iconic Jurassic Park franchise, blending high-stakes adventure with the thrills of prehistoric spectacle. Industry chatter suggests the next sequel could carry the working title Jurassic World Liberation. Several domain registrations and insider reports have fueled speculation, though Universal has not officially confirmed the name. Fans and outlets are keeping a close eye on developments as the title hints at the continuation of the series' dinosaur-filled adventures. Gareth Edwards is widely expected to return as director, and early talks point toward a potential 2028 release. While no official date has been announced, anticipation is already building among franchise fans. As with all early movie news, these details should be treated as preliminary until Universal makes a formal confirmation. Production on Wednesday Season 3 is officially underway in Ireland, as Netflix has confirmed a major new addition, Winona Ryder. Ryder is set to appear in a guest role, though details about her character remain a mystery. Filming is taking place near Dublin, with Jenna Ortega returning as Wednesday Addams, alongside Catherine Zeta-Jones as Morticia and Luis Guzman as Gomez. Ryder's casting marks a reunion with Tim Burton, the show's executive producer and director. Burton previously worked with Ryder on classics like Beetlejuice and Edward Scissorhands. She also reunited with Ortega in Beetlejuice 2024, creating buzz for fans eager to see the duo together again. Netflix, Variety, and People all confirmed the news after production officially kicked off. Season 3 will also bring several new faces to Nevermore Academy. Eva Green, Chris Sarandon, Noah Taylor, Oscar Morgan, and Kennedy Moyer are joining the cast, promising fresh storylines and more dark mysteries. Showrunners Alfred Goh and Miles Miller hinted that the new season will dive deeper into the secrets of the Addams family's world. While filming is well underway, Netflix has not yet announced a release date, leaving fans eagerly waiting for the next chapter of the beloved Gothic series. Sony Pictures is hitting the reset button on its Spider-Man spin-off universe. Studio chief Tom Rothman confirmed in a recent interview that the studio is rebooting its live-action films centered on Spider-Man-related characters. Previous spin-offs, including standalone movies like Venom, Morbius, and Kraven the Hunter, struggled to connect with audiences, despite Sony holding the Spider-Man rights since 1999. Rothman told the Town with Matt Belloni podcast that the franchise will start fresh with new stories and new actors. He emphasized that past films didn't meet expectations, but Sony isn't abandoning the concept. Instead, the reboot will focus on creative direction and new casts, rather than continuing existing storylines or actors from earlier spin-offs. Details like titles, characters, and release dates for the reboot haven't been revealed yet. Fans can still look forward to Spider-Man Brand New Day, the 4th Tom Holland-led Spider-Man movie, which is scheduled for July 31, 2026. Rothman also reassured that Sony remains committed to its partnership with Marvel Studios and to building engaging superhero stories, leaving the door open for exciting developments in the expanded Spider-Man universe. Christian Bale has officially confirmed he'll star in Heat 2, the long-awaited sequel to Michael Mann's 1995 crime classic Heat. Speaking with Fox News, Bale revealed, "I'll be back in Chicago soon for Heat 2, marking the first time he's publicly acknowledged his role in the project." The sequel is based on the 2022 novel co-written by Michael Mann and Meg Gardner, which expands on the original film with both prequel and continuation elements. While the full cast hasn't been officially announced, Leonardo DiCaprio is widely expected to return, though his involvement is yet to be confirmed. Rumors also suggest other high-profile actors are being considered for key roles. Filming is expected to begin later in 2026, with Chicago once again serving as a central backdrop for the story. Specific details about the characters Bale and DiCaprio will play remain under wraps, and no official release date has been shared. Fans of the original can expect a return to the tense, stylish crime world that made Heat a classic. It's been 5 years since Encanto became a record-breaking hit for Disney, releasing in November 2021, and fans are still hoping for a sequel. Director Byron Howard recently spoke to Screen Rant during the home release of Zootopia 2, reflecting on the film's lasting impact and the strong demand for Encanto 2. He noted that animated movies typically take around 5 years to make, with teams often overlapping on multiple projects. While Howard didn't confirm a sequel, he emphasized the deep love the cast and crew still have for the film, calling the experience incredible, especially since it was created during the COVID-19 pandemic. He also mentioned he would love to see a follow-up released in theaters under normal conditions without pandemic restrictions. Rumors about Encanto 2 have persisted over the years. In March 2025, voice actor John Leguizamo told people they were working on a storyline, though Disney hasn't officially announced anything. Meanwhile, Stephanie Beatriz, who voices Mirabel, shared in 2023 that she hasn't heard updates, but would gladly return if the sequel moves forward. Fans may have to wait a little longer, but the magic of Encanto still shines strong. Scream 7 has just hit theaters, but fans are already looking ahead to the next installment. At the world premiere, original series writer and director Kevin Williamson revealed that he and Neve Campbell have been brainstorming ideas for a potential Scream 8. Williamson shared with Deadline that Neve had this great idea, and the creative team is excited by the concept. While the idea is gaining momentum behind the scenes, nothing has been officially confirmed. Paramount Pictures has not greenlit a 9th film, and no plot details, casting news, or production timeline have been released. The continuation of the franchise appears contingent on the success of Scream 7, which brings Campbell back as Sidney Prescott and reunites the original team that made the series iconic. Fans of the horror saga have reason for cautious optimism. Williamson and Campbell's collaboration suggests the franchise is far from over, and the groundwork for a follow-up is already being laid. If Scream 7 performs well at the box office and connects with audiences, Scream 8 could move into active development, potentially delivering another thrilling chapter in the beloved horror series. For now, fans can only speculate, but the excitement and creative energy behind the scenes are very real. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is expanding its mutant roster, and insiders say Sadie Sink will make her MCU debut as Jean Grey in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Trusted leaker Cryptic 5K Qual first reported the casting, which aligns with Sink's confirmed appearance in Avengers Secret Wars. While Marvel has yet to officially announce the role, this movie hints at major developments for mutants on the sacred timeline. Sink, best known for Stranger Things, has kept details tightly under wraps. Fans previously speculated she could be Shathra, Spider-Girl, or Firestar, but insider reports now point squarely to Jean Grey. Her character is expected to play a key role after Secret Wars, with the Department of Damage Control potentially monitoring her emerging powers using Stark Industries resources. Spider-Man Brand New Day takes place 4 years after No Way Home, with Peter Parker facing a new wave of crimes and teaming up with unexpected allies. Returning cast members include Tom Holland, Zendaya, Jacob Batalon, Jon Bernthal as Punisher, and Mark Ruffalo. New faces joining the MCU include Michael Mando as Scorpion, Marvin Jones III as Tombstone, and Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova. The film is slated for July 31, 2026, with the first trailer expected soon. Fans are buzzing as Marvel continues to expand its superhero universe. Netflix has officially stepped away from the high-stakes bidding war to acquire Warner Bros. Discovery, leaving the door open for Paramount Skydance to take the lead. The move comes after Warner Bros. Discovery Board deemed Paramount's revised offer of $31 per share, valuing the company at roughly $111 billion, a superior proposal. Netflix had previously agreed to acquire WBD's streaming and studio assets for about $27.75 per share. In a joint statement, Netflix co-CEOs Ted Sarandos and Greg Peters explained that matching Paramount's bid was no longer financially attractive. They emphasized that Netflix will instead focus on its core business and content strategy. The decision ends months of intense competition, which began in late 2025 when both streaming giants fought to acquire the iconic studio. Investors reacted quickly. Netflix's shares jumped more than 9%, reflecting approval of the company's disciplined approach, while Paramount stock also gained momentum. If completed, the acquisition would bring some of Hollywood's most renowned brands under Paramount's umbrella, including HBO, CNN, and Warner Bros. Film and television studios. This deal could reshape the media landscape, giving Paramount a major foothold in streaming, theatrical releases, and global entertainment markets. Disney is reportedly planning a spin-off in the Maleficent universe, expanding the story beyond the first 2 films. While fans have long speculated about a third Maleficent movie, insiders now suggest the studio is taking a fresh approach with a project titled Fae Island. The film is said to offer a National Geographic-style exploration of the magical Fae world introduced in Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, highlighting diverse landscapes, magical environments, and rich cultures. Angelina Jolie is reportedly returning as Maleficent, with producer Roy Conley also involved. If successful, the spin-off could pave the way for a full-fledged third Maleficent movie. Disney has not officially confirmed any details, but sources remain confident given the studio's ongoing investments, including the planned Villains Land attraction. The Maleficent franchise has been a major hit for Disney. The original 2014 film grossed over $758 million worldwide, while 2019's Maleficent Mistress of Evil earned $490 million, proving the character's enduring popularity. Starring Jolie and Elle Fanning, the series reimagines Sleeping Beauty from the perspective of the powerful fairy, exploring betrayal, revenge, and maternal love. With this new spin-off, Disney looks poised to expand the magical world even further, giving fans a deeper look at the Fae realm and its enchanting stories. Amazon has unveiled the first look at its live-action God of War series, now filming in Vancouver. Fans got their first glimpse of Ryan Hurst as Kratos and Callum Vinson as Atreus, with the cast also featuring Max Parker as Heimdall, Olafur Darri Olafsson as Thor, Mandy Patinkin as Odin, Alistair Duncan as Mimir, Danny Woodward and Jeff Golka as Brock and Sindri, and Ed Skrein as Baldur. The series picks up from the latest God of War games, following Kratos raising his 10-year-old son while facing the gods of the Norse pantheon. The official logline reads, "Father and son Kratos and Atreus embark on a journey to spread the ashes of their wife and mother, Fae. Through their adventures, Kratos tries to teach his son to be a better god, while Atreus tries to teach his father how to be a better human." Amazon has ordered 2 seasons, with Ronald D. Moore as writer, executive producer, and showrunner. Frederick E. O'Toole will direct the first 2 episodes. Production is a co-effort between Sony Pictures Television, Amazon MGM Studios, PlayStation Productions, and Tall Ship Productions, with executive producers including Meryl Davis, Corey Barlog, Naren Shankar, and Matthew Graham. Promising epic visuals, intense Norse mythology, and faithful adaptation of the beloved video game saga, the show aims to deliver action, drama, and a deep exploration of father-son dynamics in the world of gods and monsters. Big news for fans of Sony's anti-hero. Sony Pictures Animation is developing an animated Venom movie, and it's already attracting some high-profile talent. The project will be directed by Zach Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein, the duo behind the recent horror hit Final Destination Bloodlines, marking the first fully animated feature for the fan-favorite symbiote character. This new Venom film is still in early development, and details like the script, release date, and full cast haven't been revealed yet. Sony is reportedly opening a writer's room to begin developing the story, but no official plot, rating, or confirmed voice cast has been announced. Tom Hardy, who portrayed Eddie Brock and Venom in the live-action trilogy, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, The Last Dance, is said to be involved in some capacity on the animated project, though it's unclear whether he'll return as a voice actor or serve in a producer role. Producers from the previous Venom films, including Amy Pascal, Avi Arad, and Matt Tolmach, are also expected to be connected to the project. Since animation takes time, this new Venom movie is likely still several years away from release, but the creative team's involvement suggests Sony is aiming for something fresh and visually bold in the Spider-Verse's expanding world. Production on Season 3 of Wednesday is officially underway, with filming beginning in mid-February 2026. The hit gothic drama has returned to Ireland, which continues to serve as the primary production base for Nevermore Academy and its surrounding world. After months of anticipation following the success of the first 2 seasons, cameras are now rolling as Netflix moves forward with the next chapter of Wednesday Addams' story. While an exact premiere date has not yet been announced, current production timelines suggest a likely 2027 release window. Season 3 is expected to film throughout much of 2026, with post-production and visual effects work extending into early next year. Netflix has not revealed plot specifics, but the new season will continue exploring the darker mysteries teased at the end of Season 2, with Ireland once again providing the atmospheric backdrop that helped define the show's signature tone. Anticipation is already building among fans worldwide. As production ramps up, more casting announcements and story details are expected in the coming months. For now, one thing is clear: Wednesday Addams is officially back in action. Big casting news has just dropped for Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Acclaimed actor Kristen Bell will voice the beloved character Amy Rose in the upcoming sequel set to hit theaters on March 19, 2027. Bell, known for hit roles in Frozen, Veronica Mars, and The Good Place, joins returning cast members like Ben Schwartz as Sonic, Colleen O'Shaughnessy as Tails, Idris Elba as Knuckles, and Keanu Reeves as Shadow, marking one of the franchise's most star-studded ensembles yet. Amy Rose, the pink hammer-wielding hedgehog first teased in the post-credits scene of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, has become a fan favorite since her video game debut in Sonic CD 1993. Belle's casting was confirmed by Schwartz on social media, who shared an excited announcement welcoming her into the Sonic family. This role adds to Belle's acclaimed voice acting resume, which includes Princess Anna in the Frozen franchise. While plot details for Sonic the Hedgehog 4 remain under wraps, the addition of Amy Rose and Belle's energetic performance signals a big expansion of the Sonic cinematic universe. Fans are already buzzing about what her character will bring to Sonic's next adventure. In a major casting announcement, McKenna Grace has officially been cast as Daphne Blake in Netflix's upcoming live-action Scooby-Doo. The news marks the first confirmed star attached to the project, which is a fresh take on the iconic mystery-solving gang that entertained audiences for decades. Grace, who previously voiced young Daphne in the 2020 animated film Scoob, shared her excitement on social media after the casting was reported by major outlets, including Variety and Deadline. This new adaptation is described as an origin story that traces how the members of Mystery Inc. first came together during their final summer at camp. According to reports, the 8-episode series is being developed by Berlanti Productions alongside Warner Bros. Television, with Josh Applebaum and Scott Rosenberg serving as showrunners. Fans of the franchise are already buzzing about the casting choice, seeing it as a strong first step toward bringing a beloved classic into a new era for Netflix. With no full cast revealed yet and a release date still pending, McKenna Grace's involvement as Daphne gives longtime fans and newcomers alike plenty to look forward to as production progresses. The next chapter in the long-running Evil Dead horror franchise is now officially in production under the title Evil Dead Wrath. Filming has begun in Auckland, New Zealand, with cameras rolling as of February 2026, just weeks after the announcement of the title and the first logo reveal from the studio. This installment is the 7th mainline film in the legendary series that began with Sam Raimi's original Evil Dead in 1981. Evil Dead Wrath is being written and directed by Francis Galuppi, who steps into the franchise with backing from producers including Sam Raimi and Robert Tapert. The project's development and shooting timeline suggests it could hit theaters in 2027 or later, though an official release date has not yet been announced. Details about the plot are still under wraps, but Evil Dead Wrath is expected to continue the mix of horror and intense action that fans have come to expect from the series. As production continues in New Zealand, more casting and story updates are likely to be revealed in the coming months, building anticipation among horror fans worldwide. Exciting news for Marvel fans! The first official synopsis for Spider-Man Brand New Day has been revealed, shedding light on what to expect in Spider-Man 4. Marvel Studios has wrapped filming, but until now the storyline remained a mystery. Fans have seen set photos and hints of countless villains, leaving many unsure how the pieces fit together. The synopsis, found in a 224-page official art book listed for release on August 4th, finally answers some of these questions. According to the synopsis, 4 years have passed since we last saw Spider-Man. Peter Parker may be gone, but Spider-Man is at the top of his game, keeping New York City safe. Everything seems to be going well until an unusual trail of crimes draws him into a much bigger mystery. To face this challenge, Spider-Man will need all his skills and confront the consequences of his past. The synopsis also confirms 6 major plot points. The story starts 4 years after No Way Home. Peter Parker remains missing from everyone's memory. The hero has rebuilt his life. A surprising trail of crimes brings together many villains, including Scorpion, and the events tie into the larger MCU timeline. Fans can also look forward to Tom Holland, Zendaya, Jacob Batalon, Don Bernthal, Mark Ruffalo, Michael Mando, and Sadie Sink when the film hits theaters on July 31st, 2026. Exciting news for kaiju fans! The next Godzilla movie, Godzilla Minus Zero, is officially on the way. Following the success of Godzilla Minus One in 2023, Toho has greenlit the sequel, set to hit theaters in Japan on November 3rd, 2026, followed by a North America release on November 6th. The film is written and directed by Takashi Yamazaki, who also handled the visual effects, ensuring the same epic tone fans loved in the previous installment. Filming took place last year in Japan, New Zealand, and Norway. The plot, as reported by industry sources, picks up after Godzilla's first rampage. Koichi Shikishima Ryunosuke Kamiki hopes for peace with his family, including Noriko, Minami Himabe, and young Akiko. But the calm doesn't last. Godzilla returns, bigger and more dangerous than before, and an ancient threat awakens beneath Aokigahara near Mount Fuji. Koichi must join forces with old allies and US-Japan forces to face these monsters. Noriko's connection to Godzilla deepens, putting her in grave danger. Fans are already speculating about the second kaiju, possibly Mothra or Ghidorah, especially as 2026 marks the 65th anniversary of Mothra. Yamazaki promises a mix of thrilling monster battles and deep human drama, making this sequel one of the most anticipated kaiju films of the year. Rumors are swirling that Jacob Elordi, star of Euphoria, Frankenstein, and Wuthering Heights, could be offered the iconic role of James Bond in the upcoming reboot. While nothing has been officially confirmed by MGM or Amazon, celebrity sources and bookies have made Elordi the top contender for 007, with odds of 5-4 ahead of rivals like Callum Turner, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, and Theo James. Reports even claim that Elordi has met with producers and director Denis Villeneuve, sparking excitement among fans. If true, Elordi would be the youngest actor ever to play James Bond at just 28 years old, signaling a potential shift toward a younger, fresh take on the legendary spy. His rising star power and award nominations make him a serious candidate, though fans are debating whether he fits the classic Bond image. Some argue his Australian nationality and towering 6'5" height might be unconventional for the role, sparking lively discussions online. Filming for James Bond 26 is rumored to start in October 2026, but for now all details remain speculative. Whether Jacob Elordi will officially step into the spy's shoes is still unknown, but his name has already electrified the fan community. Will he be the next 007? Time will tell. Fans of Prime Video's The Boys are gearing up for the 5th and final season, premiering on April 8, 2026. Series star Carl Urban, who plays Billy Butcher, recently teased that this season will be full of shocking moments, with fatalities from the very first episode. Speaking at the premiere of his new film, The Bluff, Urban told Variety, "Every season, but particularly this season from episode 1, you're like, oh wow, nobody is safe. Fatalities right from the get-go. Let's go, last season, it's all on." The official synopsis gives fans a glimpse of the chaos to come. Homelander rules with his erratic whims, while Huey, Mother's Milk, and Frenchie are trapped in a freedom camp. Annie struggles to lead a resistance, and Kimiko is missing. Butcher returns ready to use a virus capable of wiping out all soups, setting off a chain of events that could change the world forever. Although Season 5 concludes the main storyline, the Boys universe continues expanding. Prequel series Vought Rising, exploring Soldier Boy and his team, is in production. Gen V awaits its 3rd season, and a Mexico-set spin-off is in early development. Fans can expect intense action, shocking deaths, and high-stakes drama when the final season drops this April. A new rumor is gaining traction online about a possible Mission Impossible 9, and it involves none other than Tom Cruise and award-winning director Chloe Zhao. According to unverified reports circulating on social media and entertainment news sites, Cruise may be looking to bring the Nomadland and Eternals filmmaker on board to write and direct the next chapter of the blockbuster spy franchise. This follows the massive success of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, which many believed would be the end of Ethan Hunt's story. The rumors originated from celebrity gossip sources like Dumois, which suggested Cruise and Zhao have met and discussed a treatment, and that a script could already be in development. However, it's important to stress that nothing has been officially confirmed by Tom Cruise, Paramount, or Zhao herself, so this remains speculation at this stage. Fans have had mixed reactions online, with some excited about the idea of Zhao's unique visual style blending with Mission Impossible's high-octane action, while others wonder if the franchise should really continue after what was marketed as the final film. Regardless, this rumor has sparked plenty of discussion and curiosity about the future of one of Hollywood's most enduring action series. Early reports from a recent test screening of Supergirl suggest that the film may be shaping up better than many fans expected. While official reactions haven't been released by DC Studios, insiders and online discussions indicate that the screening was very good overall, hinting at strong audience feedback and positive vibes about the movie's direction so far. One of the biggest details coming out of the screening chatter is that David Cornsweet's Superman will appear in multiple scenes, not just a brief cameo. Reports suggest he's featured in at least 3 separate moments, which could play an important role in Supergirl's story and her character growth. This fits with Corn Sweat's confirmed involvement in the film as the new Superman in the growing DC universe. While these early reports are exciting, test screenings are meant to gather feedback and are not final reviews. Studios often tweak films afterward. Still, positive word from these early screens, strong presence from Superman, and continued praise for lead actress Millie Alcock have boosted fan anticipation for the movie ahead of its June 26, 2026 theatrical release. Great news for fans of the heroes in a half-shell. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem 2 has received a new release date from Paramount Pictures. The animated sequel was originally set to hit theaters on September 17, 2027, but the studio has moved the date up to August 13, 2027. This means the Turtles' next big screen adventure will arrive a little sooner in late summer, giving families more time to enjoy it before school starts again. Director Jeff Rowe is returning to lead the project, with Kyler Spears and Yashar Kasai co-directing alongside him. The movie continues the story of Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo, following the success of the first Mutant Mayhem, which launched in 2023 and quickly became a fan favorite with its humor, style, and heart. By moving the release into August, Paramount is positioning the film to capture the late summer crowd, especially younger audiences who are still on break. While plot details are still under wraps, anticipation is building for more turtle teamwork, action, and fun when Mutant Mayhem 2 arrives in theaters on August 13, 2027. Horror comedy fans are getting a fun surprise. The official trailer for Scary Movie 6 will hit theaters before the new Scream 7 movie. The news comes straight from promotional sources tied to the upcoming slasher film, meaning audiences who go to see Scream 7 in theaters will be among the first to watch the newest look at the latest Scary Movie sequel. Scary Movie 6 brings back the franchise known for spoofing popular horror films and pop culture with plenty of jokes, wild scenes, and parody moments expected. While the full cast and plot details are still being kept under wraps, fans can start getting excited once they see the trailer appear ahead of Scream 7's theatrical run. The Scream movie hits screens on February 27, 2026, so that's when audiences can first see the Scary Movie 6 preview as well. This strategy has become common in Hollywood, where studios attach trailers for one big release before another in the same genre to reach the right audience. Horror lovers going to Scream 7 will now get an extra treat, a first look at Scary Movie 6. Stay tuned for the trailer's online release date and more updates as they arrive. Exciting news for Minecraft fans! A Minecraft Movie 2 is officially moving forward, and producer Roy Lee has hinted that the iconic Ender Dragon could make its cinematic debut in the sequel. The first Minecraft movie, released in 2025, introduced audiences to the blocky world of the game, focusing on 4 main characters navigating portals, crafting, and survival. However, many beloved game elements, including the Ender Dragon, were missing. Lee recently shared updates with Screen Rant, confirming fans' hopes. One of the things that everyone was saying is, we have to have an Ender Dragon eventually. This creature, first appearing in the game in 2011, is widely considered Minecraft's final boss, signaling high-stakes battles and larger-scale conflict. Its inclusion could add a thrilling new layer to the sequel's adventure. Filming is set to begin in April 2026 in New Zealand, with director Jared Hess returning to maintain the mix of humor and adventure fans loved in the first film. The sequel is planned for a July 23, 2027 release, continuing the franchise's cinematic expansion. With Lee's comments and production moving forward, audiences can expect more game elements and epic encounters, making Minecraft 2 a must-watch for gamers and moviegoers alike. Fans of Gotham, get ready! The Batman Part 2 is officially on track, with reports now revealing that filming is expected to begin by the end of May 2026. After the critical and commercial success of Matt Reeves' 2022 The Batman, the sequel faced delays as Reeves and co-writer Mattson Tomlin refined the script, which was finalized in June 2025. The movie is slated for an October 1, 2027 release. The sequel will dive deeper into Bruce Wayne's journey, exploring his alter ego while he tackles a new investigation uncovering corruption and growing unrest in Gotham following the events of the Penguin. Returning cast members include Robert Pattinson as Batman, Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon, Andy Serkis as Alfred Pennyworth, Colin Farrell as the Penguin, and Barry Keoghan as the Joker. New additions reportedly feature Sebastian Stan as Harvey Dent and Scarlett Johansson in an undisclosed role, raising even more anticipation for the film. Despite ongoing changes at DC Studios, co-heads James Gunn and Peter Safran remain in place, ensuring that production for both The Batman Part 2 and Superman Man of Tomorrow stays on schedule. With filming set to begin soon, fans can look forward to another dark, thrilling chapter in Gotham, promising more mystery, action, and iconic characters when the movie hits theaters in fall 2027. Universal Pictures has officially confirmed that the long-awaited fourth installment in the Mummy franchise will hit theaters on May 19, 2028, ending a nearly two-decade wait for fans of the classic adventure series. Oscar winners Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz are returning to reprise their iconic roles as adventurer Rick O'Connell and Egyptologist Evelyn Carnahan O'Connell, marking the first time the pair have co-starred in the franchise since The Mummy Returns in 2001. Fraser also appeared in 2008's The Mummy: Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, but Weisz did not, making this reunion particularly significant for longtime fans. The project will be directed by the filmmaking duo Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillette, known collectively as Radio Silence, with a screenplay by David Coggensall. Specific plot details remain under wraps, but reports suggest the film will return to the adventurous spirit of the original installments rather than the darker tone of the 2017 reboot. Universal's announcement has reignited excitement around the franchise, which originally debuted in 1999 and became known for its blend of action, humor, and supernatural thrills. Hollywood producer Jerry Bruckheimer has formally confirmed that a sequel to F1 the movie is now in development following the first film's widespread success. Speaking to the BBC at the recent Academy Awards luncheon, Bruckheimer revealed, "We're working on a sequel, marking the first official confirmation that audiences will see another chapter in the racing franchise." F1 the movie, released in June 2025, starred Brad Pitt as veteran racer Sonny Hayes and paired him with Damsden Idris as rookie teammate Joshua Pierce. The film became a global hit, grossing over $630 million worldwide, securing 4 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture, and becoming one of Apple Original Films' most successful theatrical releases. Bruckheimer has not yet shared a production timeline, plot details, or confirmed cast involvement for the sequel. He also declined to specify whether Pitt will return, though he indicated casting choices will be carefully considered. Director Joseph Kosinski previously hinted at early discussions around continuing the story of Sonny Hayes and the underdog Apex GP team, suggesting there is significant creative interest in expanding the world that captivated audiences in 2025. As of now, the F1 sequel is officially underway, with more updates expected as development progresses. Jason Momoa is officially set to star in the upcoming movie adaptation of the hit video game Helldivers, with a confirmed theatrical release scheduled for November 10, 2027. The news has energized fans of both the actor and the popular PlayStation franchise, which first launched in 2015 and expanded significantly with Helldivers 2 in 2024. The film adaptation is being produced by Sony Pictures in partnership with PlayStation Productions, continuing Sony's commitment to bringing major video game properties to the big screen. Justin Lin, best known for his work on the Fast and Furious franchise and Star Trek Beyond, is directing the project. Lin is producing alongside Hutch Parker, PlayStation's Asad Kizilbash, and others through his Perfect Storm Entertainment banner. While plot specifics and character names have not yet been revealed, the movie is expected to translate the game's intense sci-fi action, where elite troops defend Super Earth from alien threats, into a cinematic experience. Script duties are handled by Gary Dauberman, known for his work on It and the Annabelle series. With Momoa attached and a firm release date locked in for November 10, 2027, Helldivers joins 2027's growing slate of high-profile video game adaptations. Stay tuned as more casting and plot details emerge. The upcoming horror sequel Scream 7 has officially been given an R rating by the Motion Picture Association, MPA, continuing a long tradition of mature ratings for the franchise. According to the official rating bulletin, the film has earned its R classification specifically for strong bloody violence, gore, and language, which is consistent with what fans have come to expect from the slasher series. The highly anticipated Scream 7 is officially set to hit theaters on February 27, 2026. Neve Campbell will return as Sidney Prescott, reprising her iconic role in the long-running horror franchise. Kevin Williamson, who has been a key creative force behind the scenes, is returning to helm the project, ensuring the continuation of the franchise's signature suspense and slasher elements. Fans can also look forward to the return of other franchise veterans, including Courtney Cox, alongside both familiar and new faces, though full cast details are still being finalized. While the Motion Picture Association (MPA) rating has not yet been officially published, the film is expected to continue the mature, intense tone that the Scream series is known for. With the release date now confirmed, excitement is building for what promises to be another thrilling chapter in the beloved horror saga. The next chapter in the Superman saga, Man of Tomorrow, is gearing up with some exciting developments as the cast prepares to return. Nicholas Hoult, who played Lex Luthor in Superman 2025, has reportedly bulked up and transformed physically as he prepares to reprise his role in Man of Tomorrow. This suggests a more intense action role for the iconic villain in the DC Studios sequel. Filming is scheduled to begin in April 2026 in locations including Atlanta and the UK, with James Gunn directing and co-writing the movie. Alongside Holt, Isabella Merced is confirmed to return as Hawkgirl, reprising the superhero role she first played in Superman and later appeared in Peacemaker Season 2. Her involvement adds another familiar face from the growing DC universe as the story expands beyond just Superman and Lex. Man of Tomorrow is officially set for release on July 9, 2027, and will continue the new DC Universe narrative, reportedly featuring both Superman and Lex Luthor facing a much larger threat together. Stephen Amell is officially set to star in the upcoming Baywatch reboot, which Fox has ordered for the 2026 to 2027 broadcast season. The series will bring back the lifeguard drama with a fresh cast and a modern take on the classic beachside rescue story. Amell, best known for playing Oliver Queen in Arrow and the lead in Heels, has been cast as Hobie Buchanan, the grown-up son of original series hero Mitch Buchanan, a role originally made famous by David Hasselhoff. In this new version, Hobie has become a Baywatch captain, following in his father's footsteps. According to producers, the reboot will explore Hobie's world as it changes when his daughter, Charlie, whom he never knew, arrives hoping to join the lifeguard team. This adds a family legacy element to the story while also honoring the spirit of the original series. The series is part of a 12-episode straight-to-series order from Fox, with production beginning this spring in Venice Beach and at the Fox Studio lot in Los Angeles. Baywatch originally premiered in 1989 and became one of the most-watched shows globally, helping launch the careers of stars like Pamela Anderson and Jason Momoa. Sony Pictures is officially developing a new Charlie's Angels feature film, bringing back the action spy franchise for another big-screen run. The project is currently in early development, and Pete Chiarelli, known for writing The Proposal, Crazy Rich Asians, and Now You See Me Too, is attached to write the script. The Charlie's Angels series originated as a hit 1970s television show about three female detectives who solved crimes for the mysterious Charlie Townsend. That original concept later inspired the popular 2000 movie starring Drew Barrymore, Cameron Diaz, and Lucy Liu, which was followed by Charlie's Angels Full Throttle in 2003. Sony has not yet announced a director, cast, or a release date for this new film, and specific plot details are still unknown. Early reports also suggest that Drew Barrymore's Flower Films may be involved again as a producing partner, though this has not been confirmed by Sony itself. This new movie comes after mixed success for previous reboots, including a 2019 version that did not perform well at the box office. Fans of the franchise will be watching closely as more details emerge in the coming months. Action star Jason Statham is set to take on a very unusual role, himself. In the upcoming action comedy, Jason Statham Stole My Bike, Statham will portray a fictionalized version of Jason Statham, blending big-budget action with self-aware humor. The project was recently featured at the European Film Market in Berlin, where it drew strong interest from international buyers. The film will be directed by David Leitch, known for Deadpool 2, Bullet Train, and The Fall Guy. Statham and Leitch previously worked together on Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw, making this reunion one of the most talked about aspects of the project. Script duties are being handled by Alison Flierl, whose past work includes writing for shows like BoJack Horseman and School of Rock. While specific plot details are being kept under wraps, the title and early descriptions suggest a tongue-in-cheek story centered on Statham's larger-than-life persona, possibly involving him retrieving a stolen bicycle, complete with high-energy action set pieces. Production is expected to begin in May 2026, and the film reportedly has a budget of around $80 million, with plans for a PG-13 rating. Despite setbacks in its live-action Spider-Man universe, Sony is doubling down on what's actually working: animation. According to a new interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Sony Pictures Animation presidents Christine Belson and Damien de Froberville confirmed that standalone films centered on Spider-Gwen and Spider-Punk are still active and currently in development. Both characters became fan favorites through the critically acclaimed Spider-Verse films. Spider-Gwen, voiced by Haley Steinfeld, and Spider-Punk, voiced by Daniel Kaluuya, stood out for their strong personalities and unique visual styles. While Sony has not announced release dates, the confirmation from the heads of animation strongly suggests these projects will continue in animated form, preserving the bold artistic identity that made the franchise successful. This update comes as the third Spider-Verse film has faced multiple delays, creating uncertainty among fans. Meanwhile, Sony is also expanding the brand with the live-action Spider-Noir series starring Nicolas Cage, set to premiere this May. With several live-action Spider-Man spin-offs underperforming at the box office, Sony appears to be prioritizing its animated multiverse, a strategy that has earned both critical praise and audience approval worldwide. Fans of the animated hit Kpop Demon Hunters may have to wait even longer than first expected for the sequel. The follow-up has been officially planned, with Netflix and Sony Pictures Animation targeting a 2029 release window as the next step for the franchise. However, recent statements from Sony Animation leadership suggest that even this date could be optimistic due to the time and effort needed to produce a high-quality animated feature. The original Kpop Demon Hunters film debuted on Netflix in June 2025 and quickly became one of the streamer's most watched titles, winning praise for its blend of lively music, colorful animation, and supernatural action. Directors Maggie King and Chris Applehounds are expected to return for the sequel, and production talks between Netflix, Sony, and creative teams have been underway. Even with a 2029 target, animation projects of this scale often take several years to complete, particularly when aiming to expand the world, deepen character stories, and build on the original success. Because of this, some insiders believe Kpop Demon Hunters 2 may slip past 2029 and arrive later than currently planned. For now, fans should treat the 2029 timeline as a working target rather than a firm release date, and expect more updates as the project progresses. Netflix has officially canceled the animated sci-fi series Terminator Zero after just one season, creator Mattson Tomlin confirmed on social media. The anime premiered in August 2024 and drew praise from critics and a dedicated audience, but Netflix decided not to move forward with a second season due to viewership that was too low to justify continuation. Tomlin, who developed and served as showrunner on the series, revealed that he originally planned a 5-season arc exploring deeper future war elements and character growth, with outlines for seasons 2 and 3 already completed. However, Netflix's decision cut those plans short, and Tomlin declined an offer from the streamer to conclude the story with a few extra episodes because he felt the narrative needed more space than a mini wrap-up could provide. Set in the Terminator universe, Terminator Zero follows a soldier from a war-torn future who travels back to 1997 to stop an emerging AI threat, weaving action and time travel twists into a story centered on survival and humanity's fate. While the show's ending feels complete, fans who hope to see the full 5-season journey must now wait, and the future of Terminator Zero outside Netflix remains uncertain. Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is back in the spotlight once again, but this time the buzz is driven entirely by industry rumors rather than any official announcement from Disney. According to recent insider reports, the studio is actively exploring ways to revive the franchise with a new direction that still honors the spirit of the original films. One of the most talked about rumors suggests the next Pirates movie could shift focus to Jack Sparrow's son, introducing a younger lead connected directly to the iconic character's legacy. The idea reportedly aims to preserve the adventurous tone of the early films while giving the series a modern reset and a more controlled budget. However, Disney has not confirmed this storyline, and no official plot details have been released. The same reports claim the project may blend ideas from multiple previously discussed concepts, including the long-rumored Margot Robbie-led spin-off. If true, Robbie could play a major new character alongside Sparrow's son in a soft reboot rather than a direct sequel. Oscar-nominated writer Christy Wilson Cairns is also rumored to be attached, though this remains unverified. At this stage, Pirates of the Caribbean 6 remains an unannounced project fueled by insider speculation. Until Disney speaks publicly, all details, including Jack Sparrow's son, should be treated strictly as rumor, not confirmation. HBO leadership has indicated that The Last of Us may conclude with its third season, following the story trajectory established in The Last of Us Part 2. While this aligns with the narrative arc planned by the show's creative team, it is important to note that nothing has been officially confirmed as the final season. The network has not released a formal statement locking the series at 3 seasons, and plans could still change depending on audience reception, ratings, and creative developments. Comments from HBO executives suggest that the adaptation is being handled with a clear endpoint in mind rather than an open-ended multi-season format. The intention appears to be a cohesive, tightly structured story that resolves the main arcs by the third season, but the network remains cautious about making definitive claims. For viewers, this means that while Season 3 is widely expected to serve as the narrative conclusion, it should not be considered a guaranteed ending. HBO will likely evaluate the response to earlier seasons, ongoing creative momentum, and broader franchise considerations before making final decisions. Fans should interpret current statements as strong directional signals rather than formal confirmations, keeping in mind that television production plans often evolve over time. Filming has officially wrapped on Greta Gerwig's upcoming Narnia movie, marking a major step forward for Netflix's ambitious reboot of the Chronicles of Narnia. The film, titled Narnia: The Magician's Nephew, completed principal photography at the end of January 2026, after a 6-month shoot that began in August 2025. Production took place mainly in London and other locations across the UK. The movie adapts C.S. Lewis's The Magician's Nephew, the novel that explores how Narnia was first created and how its world became connected to Earth. Greta Gerwig both wrote and directed the film, continuing her work with large-scale fantasy following recent successes. The cast features Emma Mackey as the White Witch, alongside Daniel Craig, Carey Mulligan, and Meryl Streep in major roles. With filming complete, the project has now entered post-production, where editing, visual effects, and music scoring will shape the final version of the film. Given the fantasy scale of Narnia, this phase is expected to take several months. Netflix has set a special IMAX theatrical release for November 26, 2026, followed by the film's streaming debut on December 25, 2026, signaling a strong push for a cinematic rollout before streaming. According to industry insider Daniel RPK, DreamWorks Animation may be exploring a third installment in the Puss in Boots franchise, following the success of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish 2022. At this stage, the project is not officially confirmed, and the studio has not released any statements regarding a sequel. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, directed by Joel Crawford, became one of DreamWorks' most popular animated films, earning critical acclaim and impressive box office returns worldwide. This success has fueled speculation about the potential for another adventure featuring the swashbuckling cat. While fans are eager to see Antonio Banderas reprise his role, as well as other beloved characters from the Shrek universe, details about the story, cast, or release schedule remain unknown. For now, the notion of a third Puss in Boots film should be treated as an unverified industry rumor, and any future developments will depend on official announcements from DreamWorks Animation. Apple TV has released first-look images from Outcome, a new dark comedy starring Keanu Reeves and Jonah Hill, giving fans their first glimpse of the film's unique tone and cast. Hill appears almost unrecognizable with a shaved head and a thick gray beard, while Reeves sports a shorter hairstyle than usual. The story follows Reef Hawk, Reeves, a Hollywood star facing a personal crisis after being blackmailed with a mysterious video that threatens to destroy his reputation. With guidance from lifelong friends Kyle, Cameron Diaz, Xander, Matt Bomer, and his crisis lawyer Ira, Hill, Reef goes on a journey to confront his past, make amends, and uncover the identity of the blackmailer. Hill co-wrote and directed the film alongside Ezra Woods, marking his third directorial project after Mid-90s 2018 and the documentary Stutz 2022. He also returns to acting for the first time since 2023's You People. Hill described Outcome as a metaphor for living in the age of social media, emphasizing society's obsession with outside opinions over those closest to us. The ensemble cast also features Martin Scorsese, Susan Lucci, Laverne Cox, David Spade, Atsuko Okatsuka, Roy Wood Jr., Kaya Gerber, and Ivy Wolf. After multiple delays, Outcome is set to premiere on Apple TV Plus on April 10, 2026. Matchbox, the movie, has officially locked in its global release date, with Apple TV Plus set to premiere the film worldwide on October 9, 2026. The action-adventure movie is inspired by Mattel's classic Matchbox toy brand, transforming the familiar miniature cars into a high-stakes, globe-spanning cinematic story. The film stars John Cena as Sean, a former soldier who reunites with his childhood friends for what should be a simple trip. Instead, things take a dangerous turn when Sean is kidnapped and framed, pulling the group into an international mission filled with chases, explosions, and close calls. As they race across multiple countries, the team must clear their names while stopping a threat that could impact the entire world. The supporting cast includes Jessica Biel, Sam Richardson, Teyonah Parris, Arturo Castro, Danai Gurira, Corey Stoll, Golshifteh Farahani, and Bill Camp, creating a strong ensemble around Cena's lead performance. Sam Hargrave, best known for directing Extraction and Extraction 2, is at the helm, bringing his signature fast-paced action style. The screenplay is written by David Cogshall and Jonathan Tropper. First look images released by Apple TV Plus highlight intense chase scenes and the film's energetic tone, positioning it as one of the platform's biggest action releases of 2026. Josh Gad, the voice of Olaf, has shared an exciting update on Frozen 3, signaling that Disney's beloved franchise is officially moving forward. On Instagram, Gad posted a photo holding an Olaf plushie in one hand while showing a 3 with the other, captioning it, "Third time is always the charm. Time to build another snowman, #Frozen3. This post strongly suggests that Gad has begun voice recording for the upcoming sequel, marking one of the clearest signs yet that the film is entering active production. Gad previously mentioned to Collider that he had not yet started recording or heard any new songs, but he expressed confidence in the project, describing it as the grandest story we've ever done. He credited director Jennifer Lee for crafting a story ambitious enough that it might require more than one film to tell fully. Fans may also get a surprising twist, as Gad teased a potential cliffhanger involving Olaf that could raise major questions for the audience. Frozen 3 is scheduled for release on November 24, 2027, giving Disney plenty of time to complete animation, voice work, and music for the highly anticipated sequel. With Gad now recording, production appears to be moving steadily toward bringing Elsa, Anna, Olaf, and the rest of Arendelle back to screens worldwide. Early reports suggest that Lawrence Fishburne and Chiwetel Ejiofor may join Scarlett Johansson in a new Exorcist project. No official casting or production details have been confirmed by Blumhouse, Universal, or other studio sources, so all information should be treated as preliminary. The film will tell a new original story set within the Exorcist universe, rather than continuing the events of 2023's The Exorcist Believer. The project is being produced by Blumhouse, Atomic Monster, Morgan Creek, and Universal Pictures, signaling a major studio push behind the reboot. Fishburne, best known for his roles in The Matrix, John Wick, and Apocalypse Now, joins previously announced cast members Jacoby Jupe and Diane Lane. While character details are still being kept under wraps, early reports suggest that each actor will play a central role in the film's supernatural story. Chiwetel Ejiofor, an Academy Award nominee for 12 Years a Slave, reunites with director Mike Flanagan after the recent collaboration on The Life of Chuck. His addition adds further depth and prestige to an already strong ensemble. Flanagan, known for The Haunting of Hill House, Midnight Mass, and Dr. Sleep, is both writing and directing the film. The movie is scheduled for a theatrical release on March 12, 2027, with production expected to begin in New York City. Ryan Reynolds and Kenneth Branagh are teaming up for a new action buddy comedy titled Mayday, which is set to premiere on Apple TV Plus on September 4, 2026. Apple recently shared a first-look image during a press event in Santa Monica, offering an early glimpse at the film's tone, characters, and Cold War setting. The movie puts a fresh spin on the spy thriller genre. Reynolds plays Lieutenant Troy Assassin Kelly, a confident U.S. Navy pilot sent on a secret mission deep into Russian territory during the Cold War. When the operation falls apart, Troy is left stranded behind enemy lines. He is soon discovered by Nikolai Ustinov, a tough former KGB agent played by Branagh, who surprisingly has a deep fascination with American culture. Despite being enemies by circumstance, the two form an uneasy partnership as they try to survive and escape. The supporting cast includes Marcin Dorochinsky, Maria Bakalova, and David Morse. Mayday is written, directed, and produced by John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein, best known for Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. The film is an Apple original produced by Skydance Media under its first look deal with Apple. Reynolds also serves as an executive producer, while Bernal returns to a major on-screen role. Sources suggest that Todd Harthan and Todd Helbing may serve as co-showrunners for Disney Plus's live-action Aragon series, with Mark Webb potentially joining as executive producer. These roles have not yet been confirmed by Disney Plus or 20th Television, so the information should be treated as early-stage reports rather than official announcements. Todd Harthan, known for his work on High Potential, will also serve as a co-creator alongside Peloni himself. This close involvement from the original author suggests a stronger commitment to staying true to the source material. Todd Helbing, who previously worked on Superman and Lois and The Flash, joins the series with extensive experience in large-scale storytelling. Both will act as executive producers, shaping the show's long-term creative direction. Adding even more weight to the project, Mark Webb has come on board as an executive producer. Webb is best known for directing the Amazing Spider-Man films and brings experience from both film and television. The series has been in development at Disney Plus and 20th Television since 2022, with a writer's room already active. The story follows Aragon, a farm boy who becomes the first dragon rider in over a century, forging a bond with a dragon while facing a powerful and corrupt king. While no cast or release date has been announced, the new leadership signals strong progress toward bringing the fantasy world to life. Netflix's hit French shark movie Under Paris is officially getting a sequel, and Alexandre Aja has been tapped to direct the follow-up. Aja is known for horror and creature features like Piranha 3D and Crawl, making him a strong fit to take the underwater terror further. Under Paris, originally released on June 5, 2024, became one of Netflix's most-watched non-English films, drawing strong viewership shortly after its debut. The movie centers on a giant mutated shark lurking in the Seine River in Paris, where a marine researcher must confront the danger to save the city. Its aquatic chaos and suspense led to strong global interest and a story that ended with enough unresolved threats to pave the way for a sequel. Bérénice Bejo, who starred in the original as the scientist battling the shark, is expected to return in Under Paris 2, although official casting details are still unconfirmed. Netflix has not yet announced a release date or full production schedule for the sequel, but the addition of Aja signals that the project is moving forward behind the scenes. There's early chatter from industry insider Daniel RPK suggesting that a live-action Naruto film may be moving closer to production, potentially even starting filming later in 2026. According to these unverified reports, the Hollywood adaptation of Masashi Kishimoto's iconic manga could finally be entering its most complete stage yet, with a director and production team attached. Destin Daniel Cretton, known for Spider-Man Brand New Day, Wonder Man, and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, is rumored to be directing and co-writing the project alongside Tasha Huo, and additional producing support from Avi Arad, Ari Arad, Emmy Yu, Jeremy Latcham, and J.N. Munford. Kishimoto is said to have given his blessing to Cretton's involvement, praising his approach to character-driven storytelling and collaboration. However, no official confirmation has come from Lionsgate, Shueisha, or any studio, and details such as cast, plot, or release date remain entirely speculative. At this stage, the Naruto live-action adaptation should be treated as early-stage insider speculation, generating excitement among fans, but still far from a confirmed production. Industry insider Daniel RPK has reported rumors that Nintendo may be developing a Metroid film adaptation, potentially focusing on the Metroid Prime storyline. No studio, director, or cast has been officially attached, and Nintendo has not confirmed any such project. The speculation comes shortly after the release of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, which received praise for its atmospheric worlds, intricate puzzles, and memorable boss fights. If true, a movie could build on the franchise's signature mix of action, exploration, and sci-fi horror, echoing the tone of classic sci-fi like Ridley Scott's Alien. Fans have already begun speculating about potential casting, with names like Brie Larson and Charlize Theron floated online as possible fits for Samus Aran, given their experience in action and superhero roles. At this stage, the Metroid movie remains an unverified rumor, with no official confirmation from Nintendo or any production partners. All details are subject to change, and the project should be treated with caution until more concrete announcements are made. The Insidious franchise is preparing to return with its 6th installment, and early plot details suggest the story will take the horror into even darker territory. Titled Insidious 6, the film is reportedly set to explore how the supernatural threats from previous movies begin bleeding into the real world, creating terrifying consequences for unsuspecting victims. Sources indicate that the story will continue to follow doll family survivors and paranormal investigators as they confront malevolent spirits whose influence is no longer confined to the typical haunted spaces. This marks a shift in the series, promising a more intense and immersive horror experience, blending familiar elements of astral projection and dark dimensions with direct threats in the characters' everyday lives. Director Patrick Wilson is not confirmed to return, but industry insiders suggest that the creative team is focusing on expanding the mythology of the Further while keeping the franchise's signature jump scares and psychological tension intact. Fans can expect nods to key figures like Lin Shaye's Elise Rainier, who has been central to the series, along with fresh characters whose stories intertwine with the otherworldly horrors of the Further. While the release date has yet to be officially announced, production is reportedly moving forward in 2026, aiming to deliver a spine-chilling entry that both longtime fans and new audiences will find terrifyingly immersive. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.